Then they segue over to, he's like, we don't execute juveniles anymore.
That actually really shocked me.
And he's like, I think we should still. Because if somebody locks somebody in a trunk and then lights the car on fire, kill them. And the whole panel is like, what? Juveniles?
I also didn't realize that we executed juveniles up until 2005.
I'm pretty sure we do again.
That's fucking so...
I mean, Texas would kill a baby as long
Unless
as it had been born.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's another one where I'm like, I don't believe in the death penalty, and not to say that I don't care about child offenders, but like, I kind of don't.
Texas killed an innocent man.
Yeah.
Todd Cameron Willingham, I think is his name.
Not the first, won't be the last.
But like definitively for a fact, everybody knows that was an innocent man.
Yeah.
And they refused to intervene. Rick Perry made sure it happened. I saw somebody say, they're like, yeah, I heard a political advisor go, I think it's morally wrong, but I really admire a guy with the political courage to kill a man for his career.
Jesus Christ.
They're all opposed to it. They're all opposed to the death penalty. Dave Foley, he's like...
I mean, I'm not a person who believes that all life is sacred and that every human being, that it's a sin to kill anyone. I believe there are people who deserve to be killed. I just don't think the government should have that kind of power because they
who
don't...
should?
Because they don't
at the gas station?
No one should. Yeah.
What do you mean no one should?
No one should because no one has the nobody's
if you-
omnipotent and omniscient. No one knows for sure.
Oh, come on.
If you may know for sure on one case, but you don't know for sure on all cases.
What if they get it wrong?
Because then they could kill anyone.
And then Bill Maher goes...
Do you believe in reincarnation?
And Dave Foley goes, no, what? And looks at him in this way where I'm like, if he never got booked again, I would not be surprised. Because he looked at Bill Maher like he was the stupidest fucking guy
It was
in the
a
world.
stupid question.
Because then Bill Maher's like...
But I mean, do you believe that something happens after you die, some transformation of the something? Because I think if you're the kind of person who locks somebody in the trunk of a car and sets the car on fire, get that process started.
I think, if there is a thing after, I feel like, somebody locks someone in the trunk of a car, sets a car on fire.
But there's not.
We should get that started now.
No.
What's he talking about?
Also, a child that kills is a child in a desperate situation, and they have come from probably an incredibly dark place and a horrible home.
When he's like, people who do these crimes, they have no value ever again. It's like, no, there are people... I don't even believe in the concept of life in prison.
Yeah.
I think you can theoretically at a point...
Listen, if the Democratic Party, if the tent is big enough to include Bill Maher, it's big enough to include some murderers.
Yes.
No, genuinely, yes.
And it is like, it's even guys who are in prison their whole lives, there are guys who do get rehabilitated and they write really powerful things about what caused the circumstances where they killed someone. And to him, this guy's just like, nah, blow their brains out. Who cares?
I also think Bill Maher is so divorced from the reality of it, where he's like, he just thinks it's fun to say.
Isn't it crazy that he's not divorced? He's never been divorced.
Hasn't he never been married?
Never been married.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me, actually.
See, to me, he's the most divorced man who ever lived.
Yeah, but that's how you avoid getting married.
I guess. It's just, there are just times where I'm like, I can't believe this guy has never... He says the most painful thing that's ever happened to him was when his girlfriend broke up with him in high school.
That tracks so closely for me, actually.
I feel really bad for men.
That makes perfect sense.
I as a man, I have to feel so bad for men. I feel like men, it's cowardly to run away from your responsibility to feel bad for men as a man. Yes,
as a man, I think that men, the tools are available to you should you choose to use them. I know that the cards are stacked in popular culture, but there is a crisis of men, and the men who are coming to save you are thrifters and grifters, and they're stealing from you. And the real savior of men and the men's rights movement is feminism.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Hassan Piker.
No, even that, I'm like, handsome and good politics, but even that I think is like, you don't need to be a gym bro. What you need to be is a member of community in service to one another.
That's it. That's the thing that I always... There's that WeWork documentary at the end. They're like,
oh my God, Adam Newman.
When they're like, we thought this was something. We thought this was a thing. And at the end, they're like, no, but like, what it really was that. To the people who believe in it, it's like, what you want is community and a purpose. Go join a group.
And I do say, I absolutely join a group. I do think that, and for better or worse, the dissolution of church in all of our lives, but it has, now we're all searching for community, and it's caused some really crazy stuff.
If you don't have it, you end up like Bill Maher.
Yes, I totally agree. Which is why I'm like, community service is so important, not for your community, but for yourself, where it's like, find a thing that you like to do and go do it in a group. There's composting groups, there are boys and girls clubs, animal groups, soup kitchens.
Pick up some dice and play a fucking board game. Just like anything.
I do. I think, chess in the park, I think that's very healthy.